So we've all seen that video on YouTube that tells you you can get rich basically doing whatever, whether that's growing microgreens or starting up some other business or all these get rich quick schemes and everything. I'm going to put a little bit different video out. I'm actually going to show you exactly how much money you can make growing microgreens and how to figure that out for yourself. One of the most common questions I get is, how do you price your microgreens? How much should you be selling them for? How much do I sell them for? And the very first part of that is, what I sell them for doesn't mean anything to you. That's why I don't usually answer that question, or at least I tell people you got to figure that out for yourself. There's good reason for that, and the number one reason is that I don't know how much money you want to make. So if I don't know how much money you want to make, how can I tell you how to price your microgreens? I also don't know how much money people in your area are willing to pay for microgreens. So that's another reason why I can't tell you. And the third reason really is that I don't know how much sales you can get in your area growing microgreens. So that's another big reason that I can't tell you. In this video though, we are going to clear all that up with some facts. Make it a lot easier for you to figure out how much you should be charging for your microgreens and how much you could potentially make having a microgreens business. Let's start by just going over some really simple things. We're going to use my calculator on microgreensmaster.com. That calculator is going to tell us exactly how much our seed cost is per ounce of microgreens produced. These are my numbers. Your numbers can be a little bit different if you're growing, if you're getting more production than I am or less production than I am, they'll be slightly different, but this is an excellent starting point for figuring out just how much it's going to cost you in seed cost, which is your biggest variable on your microgreens.
So here we are at microgreensmaster.com. First thing we are going to do is select our seed variety, which in this case will be pea shoots. That will pull up a picture of the pea shoots. Click that. It will take us right to True Leaf Market where we can see the price for pea shoots. We are going to click 5 pounds because it's not worth buying less than that. You should actually probably get more. But it was $19.83 for 5 pounds. Come back to the calculator. We purchased pounds and we got 5 of them. And the seed cost was $19.83. We will submit that. And now we can start to see what our numbers are. So we're going to plant 400 grams per tray. We'll get 16 ounces of production, and it's 22 cents per ounce of production for the microgreens.
So first we went through and we looked at the cost of seed per ounce of production for peas. Now I chose peas because they are one of the most profitable crops. They're extremely low cost for seed, they're very easy to grow, and you get a really high yield per tray. But now let's look at something a little bit different, kind of the opposite spectrum really. We'll look at some amaranth and see how that works out for us.
So now let's take a look at amaranth. We'll do the same thing. We will select amaranth from the drop-down. That will pull up an image. We can click that image and go straight to True Leaf Market. We will select 1 pound of amaranth. Come back and enter that we got 1 pound. The seed cost was $56.96, so a lot more than peas, but it's a lot smaller seed. And here are our numbers again. So we're going to plant 20 grams, we're going to get 5 ounces of production, and seed cost me 50 cents per ounce.
So if you're paying attention, you can see there's a drastic difference there. For one, amaranth seed was far more expensive than pea seed per ounce of production, and you got way less yield on a tray of amaranth than you did on a tray of peas. The other thing you might have noticed there is that I have a suggested price. This is my price and what I can get for it. The peas were $3 per ounce, where the amaranth was $5 an ounce. The reason for that is obvious. It's a lot more expensive to grow amaranth. You get a lot less yield per tray. And actually, it takes a lot longer to grow, too. I don't put that part into these calculations today, but just be aware, amaranth takes about twice as long to be ready to harvest as peas do. So now that we have that information, let's jump into our spreadsheet where we can figure out the rest of the costs. The most important part of knowing how much to charge for your microgreens, which is how much do you want to make? So in my example that I'm going to show you, I chose $20 an hour for myself. It's not worth it for me to do this for less than $20 an hour. So it's just kind of a rough figure. Figure out your own, and you can make a spreadsheet like mine that I'm going to show you and figure out whether or not you can make enough money and make it worth it for you. So in that spreadsheet, I'll break it all down here in a second. You'll see the soil costs, the labor costs, seed costs, etc. So let's get started on that.
So here we are at the spreadsheet I threw together real quick. You can see our seed cost is in here, our soil, packaging, labor. These are numbers that don't really change all that much. It's taking me a half hour to plant and harvest each of these 2 trays. Packaging is pretty cheap at 25 cents a package. And you can see what I am getting for profits out of each of these after my total cost. On this last one, I have to include an hour of delivery cost. So that comes out of the profits. But I already made my $20 an hour.
I feel like I went through that spreadsheet a little bit fast, but if you're interested in it, definitely back up the video, pause, take a look, see what I did, see if you can make sense of it. I really wanted to show these numbers though, because it's really important for people that want to know how much they should be charging. You really need to know how much do you want to make, and then on top of that, can you sell them and how much you can sell them for. So it's all really critical stuff. Now you did see on growing just 2 trays, I was able to make my $20 an hour, which is what I set as my bar for I need to be able to make that or it's just not worth doing. You also notice though, there was another $22 left over there in profit. Now there's something you need to understand about that though. You can't just take the profit, and there's a reason. You need to be able to buy lights, you need to be able to buy racks, you need to be able to buy trays. So you might have had an initial investment and you spent a certain amount of money getting set up. Well, you need to pay yourself back for that stuff, or have money to buy more stuff. You can't expand the business without buying more stuff. It takes money to make money. And so that is what I do. I will buy whatever I want for the business because I'm trying to spend all that money. And there's a good reason for that as well. It's called the tax man, our best friend, the tax man. Now, a tax man wants to take a certain percentage of every dollar you make as a business. Whether you're like me and you're a sole proprietorship or you're an LLC or whatever you are, there's going to be taxes. So what I do is I try to limit my actual income and I try to almost get as close to making no money as I can. I'll buy nice stuff. I'll buy nice lights. I'll buy racks. I'll put nice stuff on my greenhouse like the polycarbonate that didn't really have to do that, but I kind of wanted to do that because I was having a good year. Need to get rid of some money. Put it in the business. It's really good practice. Pay attention to that. I hope you have a better understanding now on why I didn't do a video that says make $100,000 a year growing and selling microgreens, or you can make so much money a month growing microgreens. And it's because it's all so relevant to your own situation. Depending on where you are, you might have a good market for microgreens, you might not. I have an okay market. I don't have a great market. It's probably better than what I'm actually making it out to be. I could be definitely approaching a lot more restaurants. And I will, and I'm just really slow at it. I do this as it's a side business for me. So let's get on to the next little topic here. Can you get rich growing and selling microgreens and starting a microgreens business? Absolutely you can. But you can also get rich starting up a business that makes t-shirts, that makes shoelaces, that makes some sort of food. Like, the amount of money you can make from a business has nothing to do with the product. It has to do with, what do you want to do? Do you want to make a big business? Do you want to have a ton of overhead and small margins? Because small margins in a really big business still makes a whole lot of money. I mean, Walmart makes billions of dollars a year, but they make nothing on their margins. It's really small. So what I'm trying to explain is that the amount of money you can make from a business has nothing to do with just, it's some get rich quick scheme. That's not how it works. It's all about how big do you want to get. In my case, I don't really want to get very big. I'm not trying to get rich doing this. But if you want to, you can. But you're going to have a lot of overhead. You're going to have like a big facility. I mean, you can grow to this over time. Big facility. You're going to have to find ways to ship this stuff. Keep it nice and fresh as you ship it and go global. You're going to have all kinds of employees. You're going to have people that are just watching over your books, people that are just taking care of the business, people that are planting, harvesting, sanitizing, all that stuff. You're not going to get rich doing this as a one-man army. That's what I'm trying to say. You can absolutely make a living doing this as a one-man army if you are in the right location and you can easily deliver the microgreens to your clients within reason on where you are, and they buy a certain amount and you don't have a problem with that. You work a certain amount of hours and you're happy with the income that you're making doing it. That's basically what it comes down to. So this wasn't a get rich quick video. I hope that doesn't disappoint you, but I also hope that you really liked the video and that you enjoyed the format of it. It was a little different from me. Did a few voiceovers there. I don't do a lot of voiceovers. I'm not very good at it. Not very good at making videos to begin with, but I do it anyways. So, hope you liked it. Subscribe if you did. If you're not subscribed already, I'll continue making videos if you continue watching them. Lots of information in the description. Definitely check that out. If you want to go to microgreensmaster.com, it's a lot easier to click the link in the description to get there than it is to try to type that into your browser. If you want to purchase seeds, go through True Leaf Market if you'd like to. And if you do want to do that, use one of my links to do that, and I earn a small commission when you do. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I appreciate you all. I try to answer every comment I can. Sometimes I miss them, but if I see them, I reply. Thanks.